My name is Melusi Mhlungu. I am the founder and Chief Creative Officer of an agency called YEXT. I come from an advertising background as a creative. So today at the IMC conference, I was speaking about creating the most interesting brand in the room, which is the philosophy of my agency, YEXT. It was inspired by my journey that I've been on as a creative. 2015, after winning the Young Creative Award, I then moved to David, the agency in Miami. And all I've wanted to do in my career is be a sponge and go to the world and then come back home and just do this to the industry. And, David, the agency, gave me that opportunity. From David, I worked on interesting brands like Budweiser. I did my first Super Bowl commercial with that agency. I was there for 4 years. And then I moved to Chicago, and then I moved to New York. And along the journey, I worked on some of the world's most interesting brands, from NBA to Uber to Instagram and Adidas. And so that inspired me to come back home and create my very own agency. And at the core and the value and the philosophy that we are about at YEXT is creating the most interesting brands in the room. And so I unpacked what that takes through how to ignore ideas, right? Ideas that are brave, ideas that sometimes don't need logic, ideas that don't play it safe, ideas that actually should not make sense. But when you look at it, it makes sense from a business point of view. And I think as an industry, we need to make more of those kind of ideas, those brave ideas. Spoke about, creating ideas that are brave, that don't play it safe, that don't make sense, but actually make business sense. And I then took the room, I guess, and the people at the conference through some of the nuggets of the work that I've created and the things that I learned along the way. And the one important one, and the one that, in one word, if I can summarize what my talk was about, was you can only create interesting brands in the room with crazy ideas, and it's through trust. Agencies need to trust their clients, and clients need to trust agencies. You need to trust the people. And now, as YEXT, the agency is growing. And so I look for, not just interesting people, but interested people and people that I can trust to just get stuff done. And then more than anything, instinct. Trust your instinct, because there's this day and age in advertising, marketing, there's like so many tools, right? And people are forgetting the one tool that really matters, and that's instinct. And when we trust that, I think we do work that stands out a little bit more. And then I touched on one thing that, we can all put up these slides and put up these fancy presentations, but you also have to trust that you might get it wrong. And if you just allow yourself the room to think that, and then you're free to create, not from a place of fear, but from a place of like, wow, this can actually work. And I left the room with one question, whether it's brand leaders, whether it's creatives, asking them, are you playing to not lose, or are you playing to win? Because that determines how you show up. If you're playing not to lose, you play it safe. And safeness breeds sameness, and that makes brands invisible. And so, in summary, that is what I was talking about. Brands need to be braver. I think that brand leaders need to be braver. And yeah, we need to create more work and ideas that people actually care about.